Please have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
In which language you are more comfortable to answer?
Sir, I would like to answer in English.
English.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Introduce yourself in 2 minutes.
Sir, my code number is 02. I have done my integrated graduation and post-graduation in MSc Chemistry from National Institute of Technology. I was silver medalist. Post that, I was placed in Byju's as associate content developer. I worked there for 4 months before resigning and beginning my full-time preparation for civil services. My extracurricular achievements include being topper of NCC C certificate examination in Baroda group and playing volleyball for 4 years in National Inter-NIT Championship. Apart from that, my hobbies include public speaking and listening to podcasts.
Okay. You need your NCC up to C certificate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you've gone through RDC? RDC?
No, sir. Actually, I was there in NIT, so we had a very strict criterion for
Okay.
attendance.
Okay, fine. So you did your MSc Chemistry. So how you will utilize this knowledge of MSc Chemistry if you are given a chance to become Deputy Collector and SDM in your subdivision area?
Sir, my chemistry knowledge could be useful in the pollution area. We see very high violation cases recently, like Sabarmati pollution or Tapi pollution. So, if I were a DC, I would use my knowledge of pollutants and bringing awareness of violation, whether it is man-made or is a technical fault. Apart from that, we can use various polymers and biopolymers in building of this PM Awas Yojana, which helps in sustainable development and quick housing facilities. So I could work in those fields using my technical knowledge. Apart from that, being a science graduate, I believe inquisitiveness and curiosity can be used to reach down to the roots of problem rather than just finding out the solution.
How you will utilize your knowledge of chemistry in implementing recycling policy?
Sir, recycling policy generally has this, we have new rule about extended producer responsibility. So I would use my chemistry knowledge in promoting sustainable and recyclable goods. Like we have polythene ban, but we see polythene being used by just violating micron values. So I would try to use my knowledge so as not to skip the loopholes.
Do you have knowledge of at what micron value this polythene is being banned?
Sir, I think below 60 micron it is banned.
Okay, fine, no issue. You are an STM. You are a STM in Ankleshwar subdivision, where the chemical industries are concentrated near Panoli and Dahej and etc. etc. You are working at Ankleshwar only, and you are passing through highway, and a vessel containing this hazardous chemical, and you just observe that that particular vessel is leakage, no?
Okay.
Leakaging is going on, and the people are worried about the issue, and the road is very, full of heavy traffic. So, what you will do, or what will the action plan to avoid the big incident?
Sir, to avoid the disaster, first of all, I would call the toll plazas, nearby toll plazas, and I try to divert the traffic so as to evacuate people. Apart from that, I would call fire brigade, so that if the chemical is water soluble, we can use water
How we
jets.
can know that that particular the quality or content of the chemical?
Sir, I would contact the company that the to where the chemical is
It's a
being
vessel,
transferred.
no? It's a chemical vessel, and can we find it from the body of the vessel itself or not?
Sir, if it is hazardous, there would be mention of hazardous chemical symbol, so we can get to know about the property maybe.
Mm.
And evacuation would be my very first priority. Apart from that, I would like to take help of GPCB also, and later in the longer steps, I would investigate the matter whether it was a mechanical fault or whether it was a man-made error. So we can take the steps accordingly.
How will you utilize the help of police authority?
Sir, police authority could be helpful in evacuation of people and diverting the traffic, and also in helping the transport, taking the if there are some victims, taking the victims to hospital. So we can use other services as well.
Okay, fine. What is the difference between discovery and invention?
So discovery is a phenomena that is already in the existence, but we do not know the reason behind it or its specific application. While its invention is something that has been made or generated newly.
Okay, it's a new.
Yes.
What do you know about the south pole of moon?
I'm sorry, sir.
What is the difference between south pole of Earth and south pole of moon?
Sir, south pole of moon is a place which is not visible very clearly from Earth. It is not observable from the orbital satellites. And south pole of Earth is is where Antarctica is located, and it is 24. It is always in a polar atmosphere.
Okay, you might have gone through the Indian history, no? That is ancient history, medieval history, and modern history.
Yes, sir.
I would like to know the medieval history of Bangladesh, if you know.
Sir, sorry, sir, I have no idea.
Medieval history of Bangladesh. Medieval history of Pakistan as a country.
Sir, I don't have idea about that.
Medieval history of India.
Sir, we have Mughal invasions, we have extended Mughal rule, and Pakistan and
Is there
Bangladesh.
any medieval history of Bangladesh as a country?
Sir, I'm not sure, but since it was a integral part of India, so
Perfect.
As you mentioned that you work in Byju's, I wanted to ask you a question. Why Byju is not making profit, and why it is on the verge of collapse nowadays?
Sir, one of the very foremost thing that we know for failing of Byju's or any other unicorns in India, the bubble burst that we are seeing, is because of hypervaluation. The valuation
Is
of.
it because of hypervaluation or is it because of predatory pricing?
Sir, the very first thing is hypervaluation, but apart from that, there are some unethical practices and controversy about Byju's, like predatory pricing, convincing parents forcefully or manipulating them to buy their courses on loan and down payment installments. Apart from that, data breach was also in the news recently. So
What are your preferences?
sir, my first preference is Deputy Collector, then Dy.so, then ACST.
Gujarat Police wants you. Defend your preference.
Sir, although I have a background and inclination towards uniform services, I do believe that I have always had been a child or a student.
As you also mentioned that you have done NCC.
Yes, sir. Along with NCC, during my college and school life, I was a student who was a very active participant in various activities. So I've been multitasking for a long time, and I believe when I'm multitasking, my capabilities manifold increases. So I think as a DC, I'll have more opportunities that consist of various fields, completely various fields. One day you are working for a disaster management.
But I want to counter you. It is always said that as you talked about the diversity of work in the expert of everything is actual expert of
Master
nothing.
of none.
Expert of nothing. Then counter mine.
Sir, since this is bureaucracy, I believe the very foremost thing that we call is general aptitude, jack of all and expert of none. So
As you mentioned that you have done NCC. Squad आगे बढ़ेगा. Dot.
squad, आगे बढ़ेगा, आगे बढ़. That is what you say. आगे चलेगा आगे चले.
थोड़ा देख लेना.
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by food morality?
Sir, I am not sure about food morality.
Food morality. Based on food choices.
Yes, sir. I would like to make a guess about this. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Food morality is a concept that is basically connecting your food choices with the moral values that you possess. If you are a non-vegetarian by food choice, you are considered as a violent person. So that is something, that is a concept, but it is not true in most cases, because we can also have an example of Buddhism, which is one of the very peaceful religion, is considered one of the very peaceful religion. And in Ladakh, 99% people are Buddhists and they are non-vegetarians, but there is a peace in the religion.
My last question. What's your view on cow slaughter?
Sir, I believe cow slaughter practice is not ethical, because there are religion like Hinduism which consider it as very holy animal. So if there are instances like cow slaughter, there are religious sentiments being hurt of people. So, and this may create chaos in the society because of majority people being from Hindu religion. So I think that practice should be regulated or should be banned.
Okay. Which one is your option?
I'm sorry.
UPSC.
Sir, my optional is chemistry.
What is unicorn?
Sir, unicorn companies are any companies which have annual valuation of 1 billion, annual turnover of, yes, valuation of 1 billion or above.
How many are current in India?
Sir, I think 118 unicorns are there.
Have you heard about the 5 trillion economy?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Sir, 5 trillion economy is a target set by our government for reaching 5 trillion trade in the international market.
Which year?
Sir, by 2030.
2030. Is it realistic target?
Sir, I'm not sure about the realism, but I think if we have a higher goal, we'll work very. I mean, I've heard a quotation where it says, if you are targeting for 1 year, target for 6 months, and see your results in 6 months, you'll be far ahead than most people.
Have you noticed any changes or any measures by government so we can expect that we will achieve this target?
So there are many feasible policies that are being introduced. Like in Gujarat, we have seen semiconductor policy being introduced. Then we are also working towards renewable energy. So these steps are a positive step towards. Apart from that, we have Gift City.
Make in India or Atmanirbhar Bharat?
Yes, sir. The more we produce, apart from just being a consumer country, we can also be a very large manufacturing hub if we are promoting Make in India.
Have you read about new economic policy, new trade policy? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
What are the salient features of this policy?
Sir, I'm sorry, I don't remember the object.
It will help you to answer this question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you have been posted as an SDM and you have to go to with the children in the school, and you have to aware about them. Particularly, the subject is nutrition.
Okay.
So how will you explain them? If you are and compulsory, you have to speak in Gujarat.
Okay. Sir, I would begin.
Normally, like you are giving a speech.
Okay. જો બાળકો, આપણે જેવું નાખીએ ને એવું આપણા શરીરમાંથી બહાર આવે. આપણે જો સારું વાંચીએ તો આપણને સારા વિચારો આવે. એવી જ રીતે આપણે જેવું ખાઈશું ને એવું જ આપણું મન હશે. કે ને કે અન્ન તેવું મન. એટલે આ આપણા જે ઘરડાઓ છે એ કહીને ગયા છે, તો એ વસ્તુ આપણે સમજવાની જરૂર છે કે જો આપણે ફ્રૂટ્સ ખાઈશું, મિલેટ્સ ખાઈશું, કે પછી આપણે વેજીટેબલ્સ ખાઈશું, તો આ બધી વસ્તુ આપણને ટેસ્ટી નહીં લાગે, પણ આ વસ્તુઓ છે ને આપણું બોડી એકદમ હેલ્ધી અને સ્ટ્રોંગ બનાવવામાં હેલ્પ કરશે.
મિલેટ શું છે?
સર, મિલેટ્સ આર કન્સિડર્ડ એઝ સુપર ફૂડ્સ જે આપણા મતલબ millets are superfoods which have a very high nutritional properties like lower glycemic index and lower gluten value, which also helps in regulating cholesterol and sugar levels in your body.
આપનો DYSP છે ઓપ્શન
Yes, sir.
કયા નંબર પર છે?
Sir, second.
અચ્છા, ગુજરાત પોલીસના મૂળ પડકારો કયા કયા છે અત્યારના? This is the last question. Challenges of Gujarat police.
Sir, challenges, one of them being lack of, lesser representation of women. Second is there is still some political interference being seen in the functioning. Apart from that, lesser manpower. So because of that, overburdening of officers. And infrastructural facilities need to be improved, especially for women officers, like toilet facilities we see in public places are very less. So that could be worked upon. And sir, these are all I can
What
think.
about the liquor policy? અત્યારે આપણે બદલવી જોઈએ કે નહીં?
Sir, હું માનું છું,
તમને એવું લાગે છે કે ખરેખર ખરા અર્થમાં લીકર પોલિસીનું ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટેશન થઈ રહ્યું છે, પ્રોહિબિશન જે છે?
સર હું માનું છું કે લીકર બેન કોઈ સોલ્યુશન નથી, કેમ કે લીકર અત્યારે પણ ગુજરાતમાં ખુલ્લે આમ વેચાય છે અને ન્યૂઝમાં હર બીજા દિવસે જોવા મળે છે કે ક્યાંક ને ક્યાંકથી લીકર પકડવામાં આવ્યો છે. તો એના કારણે ગુજરાત ગવર્મેન્ટનો રેવન્યુ લોસ છે. એટ ધ સેમ ટાઈમ જે વસ્તુ આપણે કહીએ છીએ કે ડ્યુ ટુ લીકર અવેલેબલ સોશિયલ ક્રાઇમ્સ વધી શકે, તો ક્યાંક ને ક્યાંક આપણે એવું પ્રૂવ નથી કરી શક્યા કે ક્રાઇમ રેટ ઘટ્યો છે લીકર બેન પછી. તો આઈ થિંક લીકર બેન પોલિસી
એને રિવ્યુ
કરવાની છે. યસ સર.
ઓકે, વેરી ગુડ આન્સર.
થેન્ક યુ.
અચ્છા, એક લાસ્ટ ક્વેશ્ચન છે. પ્રોફેશનલ એથિક્સ અને મોરલ એથિક્સ વચ્ચે એકની પસંદગી કરવાનો પ્રસંગ ઉપસ્થિત થાય તમારા માટે, તો તમે કયો કરો? પોલીસમાં તમે છો, બે પ્રકારના એથિક્સ છે, મોરલ એથિક્સ અને પ્રોફેશનલ એથિક્સ. અને કોઈ એક્ઝામ્પલ પણ આપી શકો તો વધારે સારું.
સર હું એક મિનિટ વિચારવા માટે.
બિલકુલ બિલકુલ.
સર હું પ્રોફેશનલ એથિક્સને પ્રાવધાન આપીશ ઓવર મોરલ એથિક્સ, being in police services. Reason being કે I am abide by the laws and rules and regulations. And reason, ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ સર, અગર હું કોઈ કેસમાં હશે અને ત્યાં મેં ડોમેસ્ટિક વાયોલન્સનો અથવા તો મેં કોઈ ડાવરી એલિગેશનનો કેસ જોયો, તો મારા સ્ટ્રોંગ મોરલ બિલીવ્સ એવું કહેશે કે વુમેન પર અત્યાચાર થયો છે અને ચાન્સીસ છે કે એ વસ્તુ શક્ય પણ હોય, પણ એટ દેટ ટાઈમ આઈ વુડ નોટ સ્ટિક ટુ માય મોરલ વેલ્યુઝ અને હું એને ઇમ્પાર્શિયલી સિચ્યુએશનને સમજવાની પ્રયત્ન કરીશ, જે પ્રોફેશનલ લોઝ, હા, અને એના બાદ ડિસિઝન પર આવીશ કે કઈ રીતે આગળ વધવું જોઈએ.
તમારે એન્કાઉન્ટર કરવાનું સિચ્યુએશન આવે તો ત્યારે આ બંને એથિક્સ છે એના વચ્ચેનો જે કોન્ફ્લિક્ટ હોય તમારા મનમાં, તમારે વાયોલન્સ કરવું, એન્કાઉન્ટર કરવું, એટલે એ એથિક્સ અને બીજું પ્રોફેશનલ એથિક્સ, તો આ બંને વચ્ચે કઈ પસંદગી કરશો તમે?
સર આમાં પણ હું પ્રોફેશનલ એથિક્સને પ્રાયોરિટી આપીશ. રીઝન બિંગ કે બહુ નોર્મલ વસ્તુ છે કે એઝ અ હ્યુમન બિંગ તમે કોઈને જોયું હોય ક્રાઇમ કરતા, તો કે તમને લાગે કે આ વસ્તુ ખોટી જ છે, બટ સ્ટીલ યુ આર એઝ અ ઓફિસર યુ આર એક્સપેક્ટેડ ટુ ગો બાય ધ લો એન્ડ ઓર્ડર, કે જસ્ટિસ ડિલિવરી સિસ્ટમ છે એના પર ભરોસો કરી અને એ વસ્તુ પર આગળ વધીએ. તો I would not give priority to moral ethics.
It will lead to crisis of conscience. Then how will you manage?
Sir, as an officer, there will be some situation કે જ્યાં crisis of conscience નો ઇશ્યુ આવે, પણ એ વખતે તમારી ટ્રેનિંગ તમને હેલ્પ કરી શકે in the
પછી આ
profession.
બુલડોઝર બાબા શબ્દ છે,
બુલડોઝર બાબા,
એ ગુજરાતમાં પણ આપણે લાગુ કરવો જોઈએ કે નહીં? તમને માનો કે પોલિસી મેકર તરીકે તમારી પાસે સજેશન માંગે કે યુપીમાં જે રીતના બુલડોઝર બાબા જે પ્રખ્યાત થયા છે, જે રીતના એડમિનિસ્ટ્રેશન કામ કરી રહ્યું છે, એવી જ રીતે ગુજરાતમાં અહીંયા કરવું જોઈએ કે નહીં?
સર હું માનું છું કે કોઈ એક વ્યક્તિની સજા એના ફેમિલી ને ના મળવી જોઈએ. અગર બુલડોઝર જે કન્સેપ્ટ છે કે એમના ઘર પાડી દેવા જેના પર એલિગેશન્સ છે, તો ક્યાંક ને ક્યાંક એમનું ફેમિલી છે એમની અંદર પણ એક આક્રોશ અને રોષ જાગશે જે સિસ્ટમની વિરુદ્ધ ઊભા કરશે. તો મને નથી લાગતું કે આ વસ્તુ એથિકલ છે.
એ પોલિસી પણ રિવ્યુ કરવા જોઈએ.
યસ સર.
ઓકે, વેરી ગુડ.
થેન્ક યુ સર.